Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Rant booth exclusively on A2D John Coyle's live down in
What's up,
Ocean
guys?
City between 10th and 11th Street at all campus. Stop by, see him, rant, talk about the Eagles. Think they were smart to sit. Should they have played everyone? Who do you want in the playoffs? We're talking about it all here today. We're brought to you by, obviously, all campus and A2D memberships. Become an A2D member, special giveaways, gambling picks, Money Pot podcast, $9.99 a month. Willie Vegas, Money Pot, got you covered. We're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Twitch. We're live on Instagram. You miss anything here on A2D Radio, catch us, podcast form, wherever you get your favorite podcast. Spreaker, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Takeover Talk. 2022 is the year of A2D Radio. Johnny Coyle, games in the books.
Yep.
All the games are in the books. Everybody's going to be 0-0 after last week.
It's a whole new season.
Brings us to our poll question. Will the Eagles make it to the second round of the playoffs? I'm going to kick it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see why not. Listen, we're going to be an underdog no matter where we go, no matter who we play. If it's going to be Dallas, LA, Tampa, Arizona, it doesn't matter who we play, we're going to be an underdog. But that being said, we can win. There's no team out there that we couldn't beat besides going to Green Bay, which we know we don't have to do this week. All right? So any other team, I think we have a chance to win. We're not going to be 10-point underdogs, right? We could possibly be a 4 or 5 point. We're not going to be a team that's going to get embarrassed in the playoffs, I think, just because of the way we can run the ball and control a little bit of the clock. So, yeah, I agree to the poll. I think we have a chance to win a game in this playoffs.
A chance to win a game? Of course they do.
Right.
It's the NFL. Anything can happen. I've seen Trent Dilfer and Nick Foles and stinky quarterbacks and underdog stories left and right in the NFL.
Right.
I've seen it. But are they going to? Probably not. Probably not. If you want to look at it logically,
right,
which I like to do, and put my fan cap off to the side when I'm on the air here, even though I love my teams and I want them to win. I want the Eagles to win the Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong. But let's look. The Eagles, they finished what? Would they finish 9-8?
9-8.
9-8.
Yep.
So you look at 9-8. Look at their 9 wins. Carolina, no quarterback. Atlanta, no quarterback. I mean, bad football team. Atlanta,
right?
Good. You know, you beat the Saints with Simeon. You beat the Giants. You beat Washington with nobody.
Yeah.
I hate to use that, but the Eagles haven't beaten a good team all year.
I think the stat you're looking for is we're 0-7 against playoff teams. And that's
0-7 against
that's
playoff
not good.
teams.
Yeah.
And next week it's probably going to be 0-8. But I 100% agree with you. This team is not going to get embarrassed. This team's going to show up. This team is well coached. They're going to be rested, which I think is absolutely huge.
Very smart.
I don't understand people who wanted the Eagles to go all out and try and win last night.
No, it didn't make any sense. Why risk anything? Listen, this team for the past 8 weeks, what have we been complaining about? Slow starts. All right. So with our team playing this week against Dallas or not playing, we're probably going to get off to a slow start in the playoffs. All right. It's just what this team does. I don't know why. I can't explain it. It's just what we do. So for anyone to say going into the playoff game, oh, we're having a slow start because we didn't practice and we didn't play no, stop it. We always get off to a slow start. That should not affect us.
They're going to practice.
Yes.
They're going to practice.
Well, you don't know who's going to be limited practices because of little nicks and injuries.
Well, first off, a lot of the veterans and a lot of our good players had COVID.
Right. Yeah.
So
you got to clear that.
Once you see that list come out Monday, that should have been your first clue that, hey, I think we're going to take it easy this week.
Right. It's going to be a shutdown week. Yeah.
And Jalen missed the Jets game with an ankle injury.
Yeah.
Ankles are weird. Ankles are fit. And now he looks fine, and he was able to play after the Jets game, and he played relatively well. They won the games they were supposed to win, and they got themselves in the playoffs. But, nurse it up. That's
There was
fine.
a moment in that game too where he was hobbled. Right, he got out and ran, went to slide, and someone fell on him, and he was a little bit hobbled. So there was no need to risk it against Dallas.
And if you
A complete meaningless game.
look, go back to the Saints game where Jalen Hurts, we were watching it together at your house. You know, the burst that he had in that game
Right.
was unbelievable. Like, he looked like an elite athlete runner, Lamar Jackson-esque elite athlete runner.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't really seen that from him since then. And I attribute that to his ankle being a little gimpy. So you rest him, you rest the Hogs up front. Kelsey went in there for
got his start.
One play.
Yep.
He's played 7.5 years straight on the offensive line in the NFL at center, which is absolutely unbelievable.
That's crazy. Absolutely. The way that guy is bandaged together and gets out there and plays every week is absolutely nuts.
You know, Lane Johnson, you know, he's had his injury history over the years. He sits out. He's well rested. Landon Dickerson sat out the football game. Jordan Mailata dressed, even though I didn't see him in the football game that much. Andre Dillard played a lot.
Looks good too.
Like, you look at it, and across the board, you know, the front is going to be rested and ready to go. And that's what this team does. They hit you in the mouth. And look, if this team controls the time of possession and they want to rush for 200 yards against Tampa Bay or the Rams, which seems like the two statistically most likely teams that they're going to play, of course they can win.
Bring it. Yeah, I'm all for it. I think it comes pretty simple. I know we're going to probably get into the breakdowns a little bit later of the situations of who we play and everything, but I think it's pretty simple. Rams win, we play the Rams. I think it's that simple, right? I think they clinched the 2 seed with a win.
I was trying to Google
and that clinches us at the. Oh no! I'm sorry, no, because then the Saints could win and we move up. I apologize. Right, I apologize.
The games are going to get played today, and we're going to find out after, I guess, the 4 o'clock slate.
Right. Because that could bump the 49ers out if the Rams win.
So we're going to figure all that out. But you're rested up front. You have a quarterback who's rested.
Right.
You know, this isn't a timing offense where you need to be in a rhythm. You know, it's not like the Packers where they're going to throw the ball every play.
No, you're right. 100%. Like, this is a prototypical 1980s offense that we just going to line up. You know what we're going to do. If you stop us, you're going to beat us. If you don't, we have a chance. It's pretty simple.
You have a rested offensive line. You have Miles Sanders. Maybe he can play, maybe he can't. But Jordan Howard will be rested. Boston Scott will be rested.
Yep.
Like you just run the ball until you can get Hurts in some kind of rhythm.
Both of them have to clear protocol, I believe, still. But hopefully that shouldn't be an issue.
No, look, all this COVID stuff in the NFL now that the playoffs and the Super Bowls, it's going to get, here's the rug, they're going to lift up the rug, and they're going to sweep it right under there.
So let me ask you a question. I don't know if anyone has really touched on this this week. NFL's changing the schedule this year to have a Monday night wild card game. Do you think that is because of this COVID stuff? If they have a guy who can't play because of COVID, are they going to now move a Saturday game possibly to another Monday night game since they already have one? So
what do you have? You have what?
So it's supposed to have, I believe, 2 Sundays or 2 Saturdays, 3 Sundays, and a Monday.
So
I believe that's what's working.
COVID has nothing to do with this.
You don't think Friday comes and a couple big key players get hit with COVID that they're not going to flex a Saturday game to a Monday night game?
That's possible, but that has nothing to do with that's not why there's a Monday game. There's a Monday game. There's a Monday game because ESPN ponied up the dough,
wanted it,
and wanted a playoff game in the Monday night slot.
Okay, all right.
That's why. That's the only reason.
You're probably 100% correct. I just find it funny now that that could be an option right now, that they can move a playoff game that everyone gets set and ready for, that they could possibly move it because they have an open date now.
But we're talking Eagles. It's the Rant booth, exclusive here on A2D Radio. The Eagles will make the second round of the playoffs. Agree, disagree. We'll get to some comments in a second. They're probably not going to.
Right.
Probably not. So I'm going to disagree with the poll. One and done. But, the way they play football, and they can beat anybody.
It wouldn't be shocking. You're right. Yeah, there's no team out there that I'm like, man, we're going to get slaughtered, right? I don't think we're going to get slaughtered, and I'm not going to be shocked if we win. I'm really not.
And nobody wants to play the Eagles with our style of play.
Nobody.
Everyone wants the Niners. They want to play Jimmy G.
Or the Saints.
Yeah. Well, they're not. I think the Saints are going to lose today and just put the Niners right in.
So do I. Yeah.
But Tom Arnone, he's in the house. He agrees. Bob Brinkman, resting all those players last night is like a bye week. Everyone got a little healthier.
So right call.
Logical. John, especially when you look at how the Philadelphia Eagles like to play football.
Yes.
Rest is paramount.
Yeah.
Get those hogs healthy and rested.
Especially for the offensive line, like you're saying. Yeah. I don't want them banging any more than they have to.
You're rested, you're ready to go, and you're ready to hit the NFC in the mouth.
Yeah.
So, I don't get it. This offense isn't predicated on rhythm.
No.
It's predicated on physicality and running the football. And rest and physicality mesh.
Go hand in hand. You're right, 100%. Yep. If you're healthier and more rested, you're going to go harder and go longer. It is what it is. But I want to look at the Cowboys, the game itself, right? And we got embarrassed, all right? We got embarrassed without – I'm just using it as a coaching tool. Like, we can now use this going into the playoffs, saying, hey, that wasn't our team, right? And now it's a rallying call. Remember 2017, what were we? We were the underdogs, right? Yeah. No one believed us. This is another chance to be that. This is another chance that Kelsey can get in and rally the troops and be like, hey, guys, we just got embarrassed on national TV on a primetime game, and everyone's rooting us out, counting us out. Let's do it again. Let's make a run.
Isn't it adorable? Like the national media and the Cowboys fans are like puffing their chest out.
Oh yeah,
that win last night.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of Cowboy fans. I was hoping to see Jeff today, Cowboy Jeff coming up here. He hasn't made an appearance yet, but he sent me a message and got a little proud. Got a little proud of the big 51er that they hung on us.
Proud of what? They played their starters for 75% of the game, and they struggled in the first half against our practice squad. I think they had 11 guys, just got signed to the football team for the game last night.
Yep.
And not only did they get signed to the football team, they went into the football game and played significant snaps. So if you want to go puff your chest out about beating the Eagles, 8 stringers, cool. Dak Prescott, 5 touchdowns. All of a sudden, he's in the MVP conversation. Right.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I am actually happy that we got destroyed in that game. I really am. It adds so much more fire to what this team now needs to say. Hey, this is who we are coming into the playoffs.
Is there any?
And we're going to show you.
Is there any scenario out there where we can play Dallas next week?
There is. Yeah. It would be Arizona, Tampa, and the Rams all lose.
Okay, so no.
Dallas gets the 2 seed, we get the 7 seed. Right, but that is the scenario.
First off, I guarantee the Dallas Cowboys lose next week. I guarantee it.
To Tampa or Arizona, whoever they play.
I don't care who they play. They play. They're losing. They are absolutely losing next week, and that's my dream scenario. Is that the shit hits the fan and we get Dallas next week because they're going home.
Please.
Eagles, if the Eagles play Dallas, this is 1,000% agree to the poll. 1,000%. Because we're rolling right into Jerry World. We're running the ball for 250 yards. We're hitting them right in the mouth, and we're sending them home. Because
that would be the dream. Yeah, that's if you had to pick one team that you want, it's the Cowboys. After just getting embarrassed by them, not playing our starters, the rivalry that we have with them already, and honestly, if you had to pick an away place to go, that's probably the one that we're the most comfortable with because we've been there all the time. So,
it's a dome too.
Yeah, it's a dome. It's indoors. Yeah, I'm all for it. Give me the Cowboys. I like you said, it's probably a very long shot that we get there, but hopefully that happens.
But another thing, like I see people on Facebook and people message me and various group chats, like people begging to play Tampa.
I don't know if I
Mm-mm.
want to see Brady.
Anybody but Tom Brady.
Yeah, I would.
Anybody but Tom Brady.
Matthew Stafford's struggling a little bit right now. I would not mind playing them. Arizona is just banged up in their skill positions. I wouldn't mind seeing them. Tom Brady is just Tom Brady. He's the best to ever play this game, in my opinion. I do not want to see that, man.
I mean, I understand they're not the healthiest right now, but Evans will probably be back. I know Godwin's done.
Right. Look at his New England teams. Who did he have? He had nobody. He made every single player that played with him in the wide receiver position a star. He did that.
Like they have guys like Ty Johnson and Scotty Miller who would be the Eagles' second receiver.
Right. And with Tom Brady, they're all stars.
Rob Povia, he disagrees with the poll. They're one and done. I tend to agree.
Probably.
I tend to agree, but there's definitely paths to victory. There's certainly paths to victory. You run the ball. You don't turn it over. You need pressure. You need pressure on the opposing quarterback, and you need turnovers.
And I said it. I said it last week. I touched a little bit on it, and I'll say it again. That if we do control the football, what does that do best for us? It takes an extra possession away from the other team's offense, and that could bode well, especially against the quarterbacks that we're seeing: Brady, Stafford, Murray, who all want to produce and be. Every time they touch the field, do something. Maybe that puts them in a situation to where, hey, I got one less possession. I got to make everyone count, and then they make a mistake. That's what I'm hoping happens, is that we could limit possessions that the other team's offense has because of the way we can run.
Rose Windsor, I disagree with the poll, but fingers crossed that you're wrong. I mean, that's kind of where I'm at.
That's exactly where I think most of the fan base is going to be.
Like, I mean, look, 0-7 versus playoff teams. They haven't beaten a capable quarterback really all year. And that's what you're playing in the playoffs, capable quarterbacks.
Right.
Jake Friel, it's more revenue for the league and ESPN. That's the main reason. Talking about the Monday Nighter. Dude, that would be fun. That could be fun if we have the Monday night wild card game.
That would be pretty cool. I would assume whoever gets the Monday night game next week, they definitely get the Sunday. They're not going to put them at a Saturday, I would assume. So, yeah, I guess it's a little different. It's a little bit fun. 3 days of playoffs. I'm okay with that.
You just look at the markets. I mean, the Titans are going to be at 4 o'clock next Saturday.
Yeah. Titans might have the bye, right? They could get the 1.
True.
Right? They
probably will be. They're playing the stinky Texans today. So, they'll probably be the bye. So, I mean, you look at it like –
you got Arizona, right? Arizona, depending on who they play, that could be a team that has the 4 o'clock on Saturday.
Well, I think that they flexed last night's game because the Eagles are going to be playing somebody at 8 o'clock next Saturday.
That's where I'm thinking that slot's going to be. No matter who it is, the Eagles fan base is a good one that they're going to get the primetime game. Yeah.
Because I guess they're both on Fox. Maybe I don't even know.
I don't know the TV schedule itself, what game. I think they had it listed out. So if anyone doesn't know that, please bring it up.
Fox
I think they did.
Fox pays the most money, so like they can be like, "Yo, we want the Cowboys at 4 o'clock on Sunday."
Right.
They can dictate that. I'm sure. I don't know for sure, but I guarantee you that's how it works. And Fox definitely pays the most money.
Yes. Yeah.
Good morning. Happy it's Eagles playoffs. Yeah, it's nasty left hook right there. Check us out on YouTube. Look, it's great. It's great. I mean,
did not think it would happen. Didn't think we'd be talking about it.
If you asked most people, back in September, I guarantee the Eagles are be in the playoffs. You laughed out of the room.
Well, we start 2-5. We were 2-5, right?
I made a video in week 7, week 8, whatever it was before the Denver game saying, like, look at how this schedule sets up and look at how the NFC is setting up. Like,
Yeah.
you win today, you get something going. I got shredded. I got absolutely shredded. This team's 2-5. They're not going anywhere. Like, and here we are, right in the playoffs. You never know. You got to play them all.
Nuts.
Beat
Absolutely
Birdie
nuts.
God. I can't go into the playoffs thinking my team is going to lose. I got us winning whatever we play. You can't tell what's going to happen from 2-5 to in the playoffs. Exactly. I mean, look, I hope they win, but I mean, they're going to be at a severe talent disadvantage.
Yeah, and like we said earlier too, there's not one game that we're going into where we're going to be a favorite in Vegas's line. It's not going to happen. We're going to be an underdog no matter where we go. But I don't think it's going to be substantial. I don't think it's going to be a touchdown underdog, but we're going to be an underdog.
I'm trying to think, like, excuse me. Trying to think, like, if we play the Bucs down there.
Yeah.
What are we, -6?
6?
Plus
yeah,
6?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, -6, 6.5 maybe. Like, but I'm okay with that.
Maybe it's less.
I'm okay with that.
Maybe it's less than that. I mean, that would probably be the biggest line, right?
I would assume that would be the biggest line against Arizona. I could see it being 3.5 against the Rams. I could see it being 4.5. Anything else? Dallas, I think would be a field goal game. I don't see Dallas being more.
The Rams are just so talented.
Rams are the most talented team, but Matthew Stafford is struggling. He is struggling. I mean, the guy's throwing 3 interceptions every game.
I mean, that's what you get with these gunslingers.
Yeah,
they go through these spurts and they throw picks and they turn it over. But you know what Matthew Stafford can do is throw 3 picks and then lead his team right down like he did in Baltimore last week on the road. Look, I think a lot of people are dismissing the Rams because of Matthew Stafford's struggles. I mean, this football team's won 3 straight road games.
Very good team. Very good team.
You know, they beat Arizona on the road in prime time. Then they go to Minnesota, you know, not the best team, but also not a tragic team. You know, they win that game. And then they go to Baltimore, which Baltimore was
must win for Baltimore, yeah.
Was absolutely desperate in that game. You know, they get Odell Beckham with the touchdown with under a minute left, and they sneak out a win 20-19. I think the Rams are going to do well again today. So you look at them potentially winning 4 straight games. And I just look at McVay. They have a good quarterback. Beckham and Cooper Kupp are
best defensive player in the league.
Maybe best 2 defensive players in the league.
True. Yeah.
Von Miller is coming on strong. So, like, you're going to be at a severe talent discrepancy against the Los Angeles Rams.
At the beginning of the year, I actually still have a futures bet on them winning the Super Bowl. They were my my long bet to win the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, I did. Did you do the FanDuel promotion?
I did not. No, I did the DraftKings.
Yeah. So FanDuel, you put $50 on them, and you get $5 back for each win.
Oh wow! Okay.
So I already got my money back. I assume they're at 10 wins already.
Yeah.
So I already made my money back, and then they're a live bet.
Right.
50 to win whatever, $400, $500, whatever they were.
I think it was I put 50 on it too. Actually, I think it was 375, something like that.
Bryce Blackwell's in the house. So we're talking Eagles. We're talking playoffs. We're going to get Eagles big picture, season grades. We'll give you some picks. Not much fantasy going on. It's week 18. Maybe we get some daily picks for you. We'll find out, and then we'll look at some Philly sports stuff as well. But we're talking Eagles play. We're previewing the Eagles playoffs. Can this team win a game? Probably not, but maybe. John, I think we're kind of on the same page here.
Yeah, I think most of the fan base is going to be on the same page. There shouldn't be a big fight this week of where we feel. I want to get into the year grades. I really do. I want to talk about where we were in the beginning of the year, what we graded, and now looking back on it, 2020 hindsight. You know, I want to see what grades you have for them.
My grades are A pluses all the way around.
Let's let's break it down. Let's break it down.
Where do you want to start?
Yeah, let's start at the very beginning, right? Let's start Howie Roseman. Let's start at the top, and let's going into the year. I think everyone had him pretty much at an F, right? Everyone wanted him gone. Everyone wanted him fired. Here we are in the playoffs, and it looks like all the buttons that he has hit have turned out pretty well. What grade do you give him at the end of the year now?
A plus.
A plus.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
A plus. You
look. I'm there too.
Look, I'm done. Like, and it's crazy because if you look at all of Howie's moves, his big time, high profile moves, individually,
right?
They're F's across the board.
Always have been. Yeah.
Somehow, some way, the Eagles are in the playoffs every year. 4 out of 5 years in the playoffs with 1 championship.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only team with a more impressive resume than that is the Chiefs.
Yeah.
So the Eagles do not have a general manager problem. I'm done burying Howie Roseman until this team consistently stinks.
Right.
Which they've never really done in my lifetime. Really stunk consistently. I'm born in 89. Kind of started watching sports and being able to remember what's going on in 1998. So, like, the Eagles have never had a sustained losing streak. I mean, you have one season where you won 4 games, you bounce back, and you make the playoffs. Do I wish Justin Jefferson or CeeDee Lamb and DK Metcalf and the list goes on and on, but every team misses. So I'm done burying Howie Roseman. This team's in the playoffs every year, and they have a recent championship.
All right.
The Eagles do not have a general manager problem, and the Eagles do not have a talent evaluation problem.
Okay, I'm with you.
Look at last year's draft. And it's weird to praise Howie Roseman, but, I mean, Howie Roseman, he can really do no wrong. And
you missed one of the points that I was going to get to here too. Is not only has he hit every button right this year, I give him a double A plus because he has done it and built equity with this team. Right, that's unheard of. Usually, if you have a team who's in the playoffs right now, you're at the cap ceiling for the next couple of years. You have traded all your draft picks to build up the roster. We're the complete opposite, right? We got a playoff team, and we have tons of draft equity, and we have tons of salary cap. That's unheard of. I don't remember a franchise being able to say that. And that's Howie Roseman. That's Howie Roseman.
It's all Howie. I mean, look at the draft last year. Landon Dickerson starting. Devontae Smith broke the rookie receiving record for the Eagles. Kenneth Gainwell scored 6 touchdowns.
Yeah, he played well.
Like the Jordan Mailata. Look at that.
Home run. Yeah, Sweat. As much as we buried him in the beginning of the year, he's been okay.
Josh Sweat, Dallas Goedert, draft pick.
Yeah.
You bring in Darius Slay. He's a borderline all-pro.
Yeah.
So, like, I know he looks like a weasel and he's a nerd and it doesn't look like he can catch a cold, let alone a football pass. But Howie Roseman's an A-plus general manager.
Yes, he is right now. He
really is. When has he been?
We'll see. Well, listen.
Look, it's long term.
It's because of the ones that we missed.
I mean, I saw after the Jalen Reagor over Justin Jefferson debacle, I saw a philosophical shift in the Eagles draft strategy last year.
Okay.
SEC, Bama.
I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
Bama. You got 2 starters. You hit on Gainwell. I forget who else was a rookie this year, but you can't. Quez Watkins, like late round guy, he can play in this league.
He is produced. Yeah.
So this notion that Howie, that Howie Roseman doesn't know what he's doing, that's out the window. He does know what he's doing, and he's a fantastic general manager.
I agree. I'm 100% agreement with you. Now the coaching staff, right? Again, in the beginning of the year, it was they're young, they're inexperienced, and they all have a very talented team. So we are all giving them a low grade. here we are at the end of the year. What say you? Where you got him?
A+.
Wow.
Across the board.
Wow.
A+. You see, and you went from an F to an A+ in the middle of a season, which is not easy to do. A lot of these big football jock guys, they think they're the smartest guys in the room, and they will continuously try to fit a square peg in a round hole. Nick Sirianni did not do that. He realized he cannot throw the ball 40, 50 times a game with Jalen Hurts. That doesn't set Jalen Hurts up for success. So now you shift from being a passing team, which is what Nick Sirianni wants to be.
That's what he came in, and that's what he was known for, yes.
So you're going to go away from your bread and butter, how you want to run a football team in your ideal world, and you become the best rushing team in the league.
Yeah.
Absolute A+. And by the way, like, not the greatest pool of talent here in Philadelphia.
No, 100%. I mean, like,
there's
everyone was down.
Roster.
There's a lot of holes on this roster, and there was a lot of what-if holes on this roster. Miles Sanders, no one was really thinking he was a top running back. He had a good year. We went out and got Jordan Howard, who nobody wanted. He's come on and done a really good job for us this year. So, you're right. Nick Sirianni and this whole entire coaching staff, especially Gannon, who we all buried in the beginning of the year, wanted him gone after week 2. I'm with you. I'm A+. They have changed it for me to where I want these guys to continue teaching this team and leading these guys into next year and years to come.
And, like, it'll be interesting with Nick Sirianni in the playoffs, because he's going to be matched up on the other side
with good coaches.
Not only a good team, which the Eagles haven't beaten a good team all year, 0-7 versus playoff teams, but you're going to have to go play chess against McVay, against Bruce Arians, against LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers up there in Green Bay, hopefully, if we can win. Because we're going to have to play Green Bay if we
get out of the first round, right?
Because they're gonna draw the lowest seed.
Yep.
Because of the bye. So, like, you're gonna have to go to Green Bay if you want to do something. So, you're gonna have to play some chess against a good coach. I think it's going to be extremely interesting to see how Nick Sirianni matches up. Like, I don't think he's going to just revert back to, pass happy Nick like we saw in the beginning. But
no, but to the other end of it too is you can't just be 100% run either, right? He does need to find that yin and yang, that balance of when do I take my shots? Look, and that is going to be a chess match between the coaches.
Look, I don't think you have to twist Nick Sirianni's arm at all to throw the football.
No, I don't think so, but it's going to be the right time, the right moment to make that call and do it.
And, then the spotlight shifts from Nick Sirianni to Jalen Hurts. Like, can Jalen Hurts stand in the pocket, make 15, 20 throws to win a playoff game against a quality team?
Right. And that brings us to the third grade is this roster, right? For all the negatives, the holes, the what-ifs that we have, what's the final grade you have on this year for this roster?
Look, there's good players on this roster.
Right.
Is this the most talented roster in the whole league? No, I don't think so. And I'll grade the quarterback separate from the rest of the roster.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts, B-.
Okay. That's a fair grade.
B-.
That's a fair grade.
I can't unsee that Giants game. I can't unsee the first part of the season where Nick wanted to throw the ball a bunch and Jalen Hurts just couldn't deliver at all.
Right.
I can't unsee that. Now, if you want to do run the ball, game manager stuff, he can do that. He's an A at that.
Right.
He's good. He can run around. He can make plays. So, all things considered, a B-. The rest, and this is a tribute to Nick Sirianni because, like, what is this, like a B roster at best, outside of quarterback?
At best, it's a B roster.
Like you have an A+ offensive line. You probably have like a B+ defensive line.
Yeah, and just real quick to speak on that, the A+ on the offensive line is true talent wise, but the injury wise, that was where we were worried about, and we didn't get hit with that this year.
Yeah. It's a few more comments here. Bryce Blackwell, coaching staff B+, but Gannon a D-.
I disagree with you there.
I can't give him a D-. I mean, if you want to give him a D- for weeks 1 through 7,
you could do that for everyone, though. You could do that for everyone. Look, but the end of the year grade, he's got to be a B to me.
Yeah, average. Yeah. Look, and like I love blitzing. I love being aggressive. I want to bury you into the turf. I want to put you under the turf. That's not how they play. That's not how defenses play anymore. They disguise coverages. They disguise coverages and they try and get there with their front four.
Yeah, it's a lot of scheme work now. Yep.
Milton Williams is the guy I was trying to think of that I forgot in the draft. Going back to Howie.
Great pick. Yep.
He had a couple sacks. Looks like he's really coming on too. But yeah, Gannon in the defense. That's just not how Jim Johnson reckless corner blitzes and safety blitzes. That's just not how football gets played anymore. Whether you like it or not, that's just not how it gets played. So
no, the game's too fast for that now.
I'm only saying that because if you're giving Jonathan Gannon a D- because he doesn't blitz, you're just wasting your breath because that's not how football gets played anymore. It's just not. It's just but then you look at the other side of the ball, Nick Sirianni, we all thought that a run heavy, 200+ yard a game rushing attack, we all thought that wasn't how football got played anymore.
No, I thought that era was dead. I thought that ground and pound type of style was gone. But hey, here the Eagles are trying to revive it and make a run with doing it, and it's happy. I'm happy watching it. It's great football to watch.
It is so much fun. It is so much fun.
Yeah.
Just line up and hit the other team in the mouth, and the best part about it is against the Eagles, at least against the inferior competition that we beat throughout the season, there wasn't a damn thing that those teams could do about it.
No one can stop it. There was no one that could stop it. Yep.
They knew exactly what we were going to do, and we did it anyway.
Yeah.
Successfully.
Yep.
Greg Milakovic, he disagrees to the poll, but that'll be okay. In regards to our poll question, the Eagles win a playoff game. It's going to be really tough for this football team to win a playoff game.
Yeah, and Greg says it perfectly. Even if we lose, it's okay. This year was a success.
Huge success.
Right.
Huge success. Rod Alexander Hunter, J-Jaw should be released immediately. That guy stinks.
Come on, best blocking wide receiver in the game. You can't release guys like that.
He makes Jalen Reagor look like Jerry Rice. And Jalen Reagor is terrified to get tackled.
He's terrified of the ball.
That's just – and that's another pick that I think triggered this philosophical difference in the draft.
Yeah.
The Eagles never picked, SEC guys.
I'm all for it this year. You give me every player on Bama's defense. I'll take any one of them that are in the draft this year.
Look, I say it all the time before every draft. SEC, Big Ten, Clemson, Notre Dame.
Yeah. You give me what is it? Love, Harris, Battle. I'll take any of them. Give me any of them.
Paul Mancini, Eagles should talk to fired Broncos head coach Vic Fangio becoming the Eagles DC for 2022, as Gannon will likely take the Vikings head coaching job, taking over for his mentor, Mike Zimmer.
I don't think Gannon's going anywhere, guys. He ain't getting a head coaching job, I don't think.
I mean, look, I like what he's done this year, but look, if he can go get a job and get that head coach salary, I'm not going to stop
him. Congrats, yeah.
I think that would be an extremely extremely premature head coaching hire for a team to hire Jonathan Gannon.
And he's right, though. I mean, for us as Eagles, that's an upgrade at the defense. Right? If we can get Fangio to be our defensive head coordinator, I'm all for that. Don't get me wrong.
Bob Raymond, look at the teams with no hope at starting as a starting quarterback. Denver, Carolina, Chicago all may get new coaches because of QB situation. Eagles have a legit starter moving forward.
That's all I wanted to see this year. That was it.
Gardner Minshew would start on any of those teams Bob just mentioned. So you really have two quarterbacks that can produce in this league on your roster. And that's what you need today.
Yep.
And you want to know why they have two quarterbacks that can play? Because Howie Roseman is a fantastic GM and was able to grab a starting caliber talent for a 6th round pick.
And it's every time you say that, it just is like I gotta laugh because
sounds weird, but it's true.
2 months ago, 3 months ago, we were firing this guy. We were hanging him, burning him at the stake, and now he can't do any wrong now.
Look, you don't go. Look, 4 out of 5 years in the playoffs.
Right? Yeah.
He's the only constant.
And he's the biggest constant, right? He's the one who constructs this. He's the one who hires the coaching staff. He's the main one. So, yeah,
I'm with you. You said it perfect. Like, you built up so much equity in this team.
Which is nuts.
You're so good at your job in building a top-to-bottom roster that in what you designed to be a rebuilding year,
you made the playoffs.
You made the playoffs.
Nuts.
Now you're adding 3 first-round picks and oodles and oodles of cap space to a playoff team.
Right. And I would love – like, I can't think of another team or franchise who has had that luxury. I mean, there was just reports that came out today, I believe. A2D posted something about it. The Giants, who are just a horrible franchise, a dumpster fire right now, they don't even have enough cap space to man a 53-man roster tonight. They're going with 52 because they can't afford to pay another guy. And they're a dumpster fire. And here we are, all the cap space in the world, all the draft picks in the world, and we got a playoff game this weekend. Wow.
Beat Blake God, I agree. Gannon should go to the Vikings. Look, if you can get a job, like, go get a job. That's stupid of the Vikings.
That's a bad hire by the Vikings, I think, yeah. But he will be a contender because of the relationship, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, the Vikings, the Bears, they're saying there could be up to 8 head coaching vacancies, which seems like a lot.
That does seem like a lot, yeah.
What's that, 25% of – that's 25% of the league getting a new coach. Good God. Paul Mancini, the Panthers have 6th overall pick. If Eagles would entertain trading the 15th pick along with Minshew and left tag to move up to 6 to get a top-notch prospect.
It depends. Listen, there's only one guy I think I'm moving up for, and it's the safety from Notre Dame, Hamilton. That's the only guy I think I would move up for.
Look, the Panthers are going to pick Pickett at 6, and that's going to be their guy.
You could be correct in that. I think that's going to be the spot.
Yeah. Matt Rule convinced him to commit to Temple.
Right,
right. Matt Rule went to Baylor, so Pickett went to Pitt. So there's clearly a relationship there. Kenny Pickett clearly respects Matt Rule. Matt Rule clearly respects Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett is the best quarterback in the draft, albeit a weak quarterback class. So the Panthers are just going to sit there and they're going to pick Pickett because I don't think any of the teams picking ahead of
Carolina's going to go do it, yeah.
So the top 5 people like Jacksonville just pick their quarterback.
Right.
I guess if Detroit falls
Detroit would be the one, yeah.
Maybe. So, I mean, like, we'll talk about the draft in time, but, like, we're in the playoff. I have a hard time talking about the draft in the offseason when
we got playoff. We got playoff.
Playing a football game next week.
I'm all for all playoff football. Like, I don't want to worry about the draft right now. I want to get focusing on what we got to do to get to the playoffs. But, we got our grades, right? And now just one last one. Future grade. Where do you feel future grade?
How could it not be an A+?
Right.
Like triple plus, A triple plus.
I'm with you. This is the ultimate. We are set up for everything. We're set up for free agency. We're set up for draft picks. We can trade. We can move. We actually have pieces to move. Players that are valuable, like a Dillard, like a Gardner Minshew. I'm sure Rager will be a little bit desired if we did want to move him. I mean, we probably could get a sixth or a fifth for him. Things like that. So, yeah, there's going to be a lot of future excitement with this team.
Rod Alexander Hunter, Howie sucks at drafting, though. I can't get over drafting J-Jaw over DK and Rager over Jefferson. You're going to have to.
Yeah, and let's not kid ourselves, guys.
With this guy building your roster, you're in the playoffs every year.
DK also, everyone wants to bash him for missing on DK. Every single team missed on DK. A lot of teams missed twice on DK, so we're not the only ones.
And then, but like, look at this roster. Look at a lot of these guys are homegrown guys. Dallas Goedert,
yeah,
Miles Sanders. Boston Sky found Boston Sky.
Jalen Hurts.
Devontae Smith, Lane Johnson, Jason Kelsey. All these are homegrown guys that were brought in under Howie Roseman being in charge of this player personnel. Every team misses.
Yeah. It's the one thing that because I feel like we've been that team, and I don't know any other teams really that are like this either, that we've missed, and then we went back to the well and missed again, right? And that's where I think it hurts a little bit, is we went to the well a couple times and have now missed a couple times.
And then you look at last year's draft, so you want to say you can't draft. Like, okay, let's look at the last – like you got 4 guys in last year's draft. Devontae Smith is a star. Landon Dickerson is just a mean, tough SOB up front.
Right.
Milton Williams can clearly play in this league. And Kenneth Gainwell scored 6 touchdowns this year.
Yeah, you hope these are all guys that are going to be with us 6-7 years plus, right? And every single one of them have potential to be at least starters and impact players on this team.
So, I mean, you want to say you can't draft because of 2 situations, okay, but the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
Last 5 years, 4 playoff appearances with a championship. The only team with a better 5-year resume than the Philadelphia Eagles is the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs have been in all 5 years, and they have 1 championship. And
I think it's something really crazy, like not Matthew Stafford. Patrick Mahomes hasn't lost a home playoff game yet in his career. That's nuts.
That's not true. They lost to New England in the championship.
At home?
Yeah.
Oh, where did I get? I thought I heard that stat today. That he hasn't lost a home playoff game.
He doesn't lose a lot. Like, I mean,
you're right. He did lose. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, then they won.
Right.
And then they beat the Niners, and then they went back and they lost to Tampa.
Or maybe it was every game. Has every game for him been a home playoff game?
I don't think he's gone on the road.
Maybe that's what it was then.
So yeah, the only team. There it is, Rod Alexander Hunter. He hasn't played in a road.
Thank you.
Playoff game. So like that's the only team with a better 5-year resume than the Philadelphia Eagles.
Right.
And the guy who pulls the strings over there, he pulled the strings here before Howie did.
And he's a Hall of Fame coach to do it. He will be in the Hall of Fame.
So, I mean, I'm over it. I'm over Howie Roseman. I'm over the Howie hate. And, clearly they don't have an ownership problem here either. I know Jeffrey Lurie's in the crosshairs a lot, but clearly we don't have an ownership problem.
No. Yeah, he seems to have backed off or set people straight. Whatever it was, it seems to be working, whatever happened.
And maybe that's it. Maybe Jeffrey said, Howie, like we got to get these guys that play it on CBS.
Right.
And this thing called the SEC, we need to get some of those guys, I think. So maybe he set him straight. I don't know. But
Whatever it is, I'm happy. Whatever happened, I'm thrilled with it. I am thrilled with this Eagles franchise.
I mean, to get 4 guys in last year's draft that are playing significant minutes on a playoff team, that's
nuts.
How you
Absolutely
build,
nuts.
That's why you win all the time, like the Eagles do, and that's what they do. All the Eagles do is win.
You're right. Yeah.
All they do is win football games.
And you know what's funny is they win in crunch time too, right? And when it comes down to the end of the year, we're an end of the year type of franchise. We always produce. Where I look at the Cowboys, when it comes down to crunch time, I feel like they've always found a way to crumble during the pressure. Eagles aren't that way.
And I think Andy Reid did a great job of instilling that in our franchise here.
Yeah.
Because you look at, how many times did I say the Chiefs were a bad football team and they weren't going anywhere in the beginning of the year? A lot.
And now they're the favorites again.
Because Andy Reid doesn't lose in November and December. It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, that team is the biggest transformation, right? We all thought, that's the end. Everyone's figured out the defense to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs and all the speed. Well, here we are. Them being the favorites and then putting up 40 points a game every game again.
Eagles will have $22 million in dead cap for 2022 for players that are no longer on the team, like Malik Jackson, Alshon Zach Ertz, and Joe Flacco. Look, Paul, if you want,
it's an upgrade from what we had this year. Dead cap. It's an upgrade.
I mean, if you want to look, and I get the feeling that Paul is not a Howie guy.
It sounds that way.
But, how can you not be a Howie guy? How can you not praise this guy and be proud of this guy being your general manager? All they do is win football games.
And it's one statement. And we've harped on it. We said it all show. It comes down to this. We're a playoff team with tons of equity in everything. In draft equity, in cap equity. We're a playoff team also. There's no other franchise that can say that.
Beat Blade God. Howie Roseman deserves a lot of credit. Give him an A. No more, no less. Feels weird talking about Howie Roseman like this. Yeah, it does.
It does. Yeah.
Like, if your resume is wins and losses as general manager, then Howie Roseman's definitely an A general manager.
And it feels different because it's not even been a whole year. It's literally been 3 months. It's been 3 months from us saying Howie Roseman needs to go, this coaching staff needs to go, Jalen Hurts needs to go, everyone needs to go, and I'm part of it. I was one of these guys 3 months ago that said this team sucks. This franchise sucks. And now here I am praising everyone. A+ is everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, everyone got an A+ except for the quarterback and the overall roster.
The roster, right.
And portions of the roster did get an A+.
Portions of the roster get the surprising grade too, right? Like, I'm surprised that the offensive line stayed healthy. I'm surprised that our linebackers really weren't that big of an issue like we thought they would be. Like, the surprise factor is even more of a better grade than an A+ to me.
Dan Shyrock, I see the Cowboys going to the playoffs big-headed after that nonsense win last night and choking it up in the first round. Dallas is 1,000% losing next week, Dan. I completely agree with you.
I'm with you. I don't like this Dallas team.
All the cockroach scumbag fans will crawl back into their hole until September.
Yeah.
And then you know what they'll do next January? Crawl right back into their hole. If they're even fortunate enough to be in the position next year that they're in this year.
Oh, they're going to have some cap issues coming up soon too, paying all that money out to Dak and everything.
Oh well.
I'm not complaining. Complaining.
Oh well. Eagles are going to get a third for Minshew. I get it. Also.
Yeah. There he is. Oh boy, guess who's just stepped in the door?
Good.
There he is. Cowboy Jeff is in the house. Here he is boasting away.
Really? Like, we're gloating as a Cowboys fan after that win last night? You played – half our starting lineup was signed off the street because of COVID issues.
Yeah. I don't know. We could get him on, Jeff. You want to hop in? Yeah, come on in. Let's talk about this big win, and let's talk about the playoffs coming up here, buddy. I don't have a chair for you, but
Paul Mancini, since the Super Bowl of 2017, the Eagles have an overall losing record. I mean, that's because of 1 year where you were
Good.
whatever it was, 8, 9, 9 games under 500. What's up, Jeff?
What's going on, man?
So, like, you understand that the Eagles, you guys put up 50 against a bunch of backups last night, right?
Listen, I on Facebook I regretted some stuff I put on there, but it's Philadelphia. I had to do what I had to do. But breaking it down to, we did what we had to do. You guys did what you had to do. We're not moving up no plus spots. You guys are staying at 7, so we had to get our offense going, and you guys had the rest of your guys. You know what I mean? Dak staying in to the 4th was stupid, but I guess these guys have incentives. Zeke got 1,000. Dak broke Romo's record. It's just stupid nonsense. If Dak gets hurt in the third quarter, we're talking different things. I told you our coach and our kicker are a problem.
Yeah. Still is.
I said that in week 7.
So where's your confidence level going into the playoffs with the team? Where are you thinking?
It depends on who. I mean, we got to play who we got to play.
Right.
The Niners are scary. Obviously, you know that. I don't know. I guess it's going to come down to these games. Who plays Monday night? Is there a Monday night game or is it just Sunday night?
No, there's no Monday night.
Oh, okay. That's right. The NCAA.
We got the national championship.
That's right.
Monday night. Yep.
Yeah.
You got the 49ers and the Rams is the big one.
Yes.
To help determine seeding.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
Who should win?
They'll win.
Who should win, and then you got the Cardinals.
Right. Well, that's if the Rams lose, then the Cardinals can win, and they take the division.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. It's still up in the air. But like I said, I couldn't help myself, man. All these Eagle fans on there, all my friends posting, we're hanging with you guys with our second stringers. You know what I mean? Obviously, that was early in the first quarter, but I mean, it is what it is.
So going into the playoffs now, do you feel like you're a Super Bowl contending team?
Man, I don't know. There's a lot of good teams in the NFC. I mean, I hope we win our first home game. That would be nice. See what we'll go from there because, we're obviously a lot of one and dones lately. So,
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see next weekend. I mean, I don't know. We had to do what we had to do. We had to get our offense going. You know what I mean? We had a lot of guys out, too, on defense. Pollard was out, but. Yeah, I didn't like keeping. I don't know why they had fucking. Oh, freak! I'm sorry.
You're good.
I don't know why they had CeeDee Lamb returning punts.
That I didn't understand either. That was very weird, especially in the third and fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, come on, what are you doing? But that's our coach.
Do you have a do you have a team that you want to see as a Cowboys fan?
No, not really. I don't want to see the Niners. I'll tell you that.
No, you don't want.
I don't think we match up well against them.
Okay.
You don't match up with the Niners. You don't match up with us.
Yeah, you don't match up.
I know, but we ain't gonna worry about seeing you guys in the first round, though.
Probably not.
No, I don't think.
There's a long shot scenario, but
I mean, come on, what the Bucks got to lose?
Everyone's got to lose. Rams got to lose. Bucks got to lose. Cardinals got to lose, and Saints got to lose.
Right. Yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It kind of looks like it's going to be Arizona again.
Arizona. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
So, we're 3-5 at home. I mean, it's really not that home field. That home game ain't that big a deal, really. I don't think. I mean, even if we win, we still got to go on the road twice. I mean, possibly twice, I should say.
Right.
So I don't know. Who are you guys looking like you're matching up against right now?
Looking like it's going to be Tampa. I guess Tampa is the big one. Tampa or the Rams.
The Rams. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which I'm okay with the Rams. I don't want to see Brady.
I'm okay with the Rams too. I mean, come on, Stafford. Are you kidding me?
That's what we were talking about earlier today. He's struggling. That's a good roster though. That's a very talented team.
Yeah.
But Stafford is struggling.
He's struggling, man.
Yeah.
And what? I mean, I don't know. Has he ever won a playoff game?
No.
He's in Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but he went there a couple times. Megatron and all them guys.
Yeah. I don't think they ever. Did they win one?
Did they?
No, they went once.
Oh, they went
right. I think they only went once. Yeah.
Right.
Which that's like the equivalent to winning 8 Super Bowls in a row, if you ask me.
I mean, he could be one of the best players to never win a playoff game. I mean, Matthew Stafford's a heck of a player.
It's a shame he couldn't hook up with McVay or someone who was smart.
Right.
5 years ago.
True.
because I think he'd have a couple rings. He's
talented
enough to have a couple rings. He might get a ring this year.
Yeah, maybe. I don't. Well, their defense too. I mean, they haven't been playing up to their ability either. But man, if you take Sony Michel out of the equation in the last couple of weeks, Rams. I don't know if the Rams win a couple of them games.
You're right. Yeah.
If he keeps running like he is, then then again, Stafford doesn't have to put all the weight on his shoulders.
Well, I think they get Akers is back today too. I believe he's active and playing.
Yeah.
Which is absolutely a miracle. That guy's suiting up.
What is Henry coming back next week?
Henry's active
they got
too.
2 weeks now. They got the bye, right? If they win, they get the bye.
Correct.
So that would be huge for them.
And then he definitely would be back.
Right.
Yeah.
Paul Mancini just won't give it a rest over here on YouTube. 2018, 9-7. 2019, 9-7. 2020, 4-11-1. 2021, 9-8. Looks very average to me, and do not like that the NFC East the last few seasons has been the weakest division in the NFL.
Listen,
Paul,
you can't do anything about that.
Go into the playoffs 4 out of 5 years. You also forgot the 2017 season where they were
champions.
13-3. 13-3 regular season, I think it was.
Yeah.
So you left that part. You left that part out of it. So if going to the playoffs 4 out of 5 years is average to you, then I don't know what you want. I mean, are they winning 12, 13 games a year like they did under Andy Reid? No.
But the NFL is completely different too, right? There's so much turnaround in the NFL.
Yeah.
They've been in the playoffs 4 out of 5 years without, no doubt about it, franchise quarterback.
Right. No, you're 100% correct. I don't know why this franchise and Howie Roseman is getting bashed for getting this team there. He is the conductor of this team. He puts it together. He makes it run. He's got to get a good grade. You don't have Dak. Guys got to stop burying him.
You don't have Dak. You don't have Aaron Rodgers. You don't have Brady. You don't have Mahomes. You don't have any of these guys.
Right.
Kyler Murray, who I also want to throw up there. The Eagles don't have them. And they're still – all they do is win football games.
All right, bro. Yep.
So, I'll be here next Sunday. I don't
know. Sounds good, brother. We'll be here.
I don't know, Paul. If you're not just over the moon impressed about what Howie Roseman has done.
Yeah, it's funny.
Team,
and I always go to this new era of technology that we're in, and the video game era where everyone wants to be the GM and they can make their own trades and make their own roster, and everyone has this super roster because you can do that in video games. It doesn't work like that in the real world, right? There's going to be misses in the draft. There's going to be misses in free agency. But all in all, Howie Roseman has done a pretty good job considering this situation that he's in, and has gotten this team to where it could be successful sustaining. Right? We've sustained in the past. We got a bright future looking. I don't understand what we're complaining about.
Who has Howie missed on in free agency?
Part
of that's his strategy, where we don't really go after the big name, high profile guys, but you bring in Rodney McLeod, great signing. Brandon Brooks, great sign. I know he's hurt.
Alshon Jeffrey, that was a great signing. I mean,
Alshon Jeffrey, Patrick Robinson, LeGarrette Blount, signings that you don't win the Super Bowl without those three guys.
Jay Ajayi, when you made that trade, that was good.
Big trade.
Yeah.
You bring in, I'm trying to think of offensive guys. I can't really think of any because the Eagles always draft all offense.
Well, you got the running backs. We just said Blunt, Jai, Alshon. There's a couple there.
So, they don't really miss in free agency. So they're spending smart money in free agency as well.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how much more of a sales job I have to do to prove to the listeners out there that Howie Roseman is an excellent GM. I don't know what else I need to do. You're in the playoffs every year.
And you know what's funny is again, this whole entire fan base, myself included, yourself included, we bashed Jeffrey Lurie and said, hey, he's got to go. Howie's got to go. And kudos to Jeffrey Lurie for sticking to his guns. And we thought it was just a good old buddy system, that they were best friends. That's why he's staying here. But now maybe Jeffrey Lurie says, hey, guys, he can really do it. Like Howie Roseman is really a good GM. And maybe we're starting to kind of believe that a little bit now.
We got a comment here, like, what if Howie Roseman picks up Josh Gordon for dirt cheap, gamble on him? Like, no thanks.
No, thank you.
Yeah, he would be a free agent. Isn't he on the Chiefs?
I don't know where he's at. I think he is on the Chiefs, yeah, but he's buried, in that roster, as he should be. I mean, the guy's, what was he, 30-some years old now? Like, I don't want him. No
Maybe
way.
Josh Gordon needs a team that gets him. Like, he's been on a lot of teams. And
so is Antonio Brown. He's out there. We going to go get him too? Come on, guys.
That guy's a goon.
Yeah, stop it. Let's get some talent in here.
Jacob Friel, I'll say Howie has done well. I also need to see how this draft and free agency pans out with all the ammunition that he has.
100%. This is the one that if I had to go and grade Howie Roseman 10 years from now, this is the moment where I'm going to say, hey, you constructed this team and built this team for this year, where you're going to have the money and you're going to draft picks. This is where he's going to say, I'm a Hall of Fame GM or I'm just an average GM. You're right, Jake.
Well, he's not an average GM.
If you bust on the year that you built to have, you bust on these picks, you are.
Okay. Kevin Murdoch, 3 first-round picks. That's a mastermind GM, definitely with the team going to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Super Bowl, here we come if he runs the ball. Howard and Sanders will carry that team and open up for Jalen to light it up. Facts.
From your words to God's ears to the play on the field. Let's go.
I do think I think he hit the nail on the head with the running game, setting up, lanes for an opportunity for Jalen Hurts to be able to throw the football.
Yep.
If Jalen Hurts going to step up and make the throws,
we'll see. I mean, listen, he's made all the big throws, right? When it comes down to crunch time, Jalen Hurts gets it done. He really does, whether it's with his legs or with his throws. I mean, the guy gets it done.
Paul Mancini, Howie's a top 7 GM in the NFL. The biggest issue I have with him is extending players when not necessary, and then you end up stuck with them. I believe he tends to overrate his own draft picks. And I don't really like that either, because I think it can get you into trouble, but it hasn't gotten him in trouble. Right.
And we said that in the beginning of the year. That was one of the things where we were wanting him fired, is because the old saying is he's kicking the can down the road, right? And he's done that with a lot of contracts. Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham and Lane Johnson and a lot of these contracts, he's kicked down the road, but it hasn't bitten him in the butt yet. It seems to be working out.
Look, and now you lock in a tight end like Goddard,
right,
below market value. You lock in a pass rusher like Josh Sweat, below market value.
Which we kind of all bashed too when those moves happened. We kind of all bashed those, but yeah, you're right.
I still don't like either of them, because they're not worth what they're being paid, in my opinion.
But 2 years from now, they might be.
And what you're paying them.
Yeah.
Is it too much? Is it too little? Who knows? It's like the Rays in baseball.
It's on the books, yeah. Yeah.
You're on the books. You're on our team for this amount of years at our controlled salary that we're comfortable with.
Yep.
That's why you traded for Gardner Minshew. You have a backup quarterback on your team for next year for $850,000.
Yeah, and a quality one, or a real quality one.
Or you go flip them. You gave up a 6 for him, and you get a 4 or a 3 back.
Yeah, and there's going to be a ton of veteran quarterbacks out there that you could sign for a couple mil next year, easily.
And yeah, but I'm sure, and then to overrate in his draft picks, I'm sure every GM, there's 32 GMs that overrate their draft picks.
Right.
Everyone thinks they just drafted the next Barry Sanders or Jerry Rice.
You're not a GM if you don't think that, right? If you take a pick, you're going to ride or die with that pick. That's just how it works.
Yeah, I'm going to pick this receiver, even though I think this receiver over here is better. Like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So, Kevin Murdoch will increase the cap for money if Kelsey retires. More money to spend on players that fit the scheme. I would hate to see retire, but will be some great centers in the draft. Center should be a top pick, in my opinion.
I'm not going to make it a top pick, but you're right. There are a lot of good centers out in this draft. Yeah, there's a lot of good interior linemen in general in this draft. Not so much tackles. I don't think there's a lot of really good tackles, but interior linemen, it seems to be there's a lot of them. Yeah.
All right, you want to do our parlay? Our last shot here.
Our last shot at our lucky parlay.
A lot of these it's tough to handicap. You know, I've had success with in years past is fading teams that absolutely have to win in week 17.
Yeah.
Like I like the Texans today, plus 10.5.
I love the 10.5. Yeah.
Like I'll take the Jaguars plus whatever.
17 or whatever.
17. Well, that game's going to be rigged for the Colts because they're not going to. The NFL is not going to have the potential for the Raiders and the Chargers just take knees and tie.
Oh my God! Can you imagine if that's a scenario? Like, if I'm a coach of the Raiders and Chargers, and that scenario comes, I'm making that an option. I'm going to make that known to the other opposing coach. Like, hey, I'm willing to do this if you are.
I would just give him a head nod before the game, and I would knee the ball.
Yeah. Any way to get me into the playoffs, I'll take it. I don't care. My guys don't get hurt. I get into the playoffs. Sign me up.
You get a bye week, a de facto bye week.
Right.
And you get to be in the playoffs.
Yep.
So that Colts-Jaguars game, if that starts getting close in the second half.
You're going to start seeing the flags go the one way?
The flags, the phantom holding calls, maybe like the Colts get away with some pick plays.
That's funny.
Pass interference will be out the window. Yeah, the NFL, DraftKings, TV, they're not letting that game be meaningless tonight.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And the Colts should win.
Oh.
You're 17-point favorites, so they shouldn't need shenanigans to get themselves into the playoffs.
Right.
But if they do, they're going to get shenanigans to get them into the playoffs.
It's always nice when you sign into your sports betting book, whatever one you use, and you see a little bit more money than what you thought you had in there. I must have hit a bet that I didn't know I placed.
Yeah.
And a future bet or something maybe. I don't know what I hit.
Yeah, I was hammered last night, and to start the second half, I took the Eagles money line.
There you go, boy.
Live. I locked in. I'm like, you know what? Screw Dallas. Let's a second stringer step up.
All right, you want to do this?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, we'll start with that first game. Colts going to Jacksonville, minus 14. I'm all over the Jags.
I don't know if I can do that.
14? That's a lot of points, man.
Cool. We'll take the 14.
Yeah. Then we got here's the other one, Tennessee going to Houston.
See, I like Houston here, plus 10.5. They've played better.
I'm all over.
Davis Mills is
he looks like he could be a quarterback for them next year. Yeah.
I've seen way worse quarterbacks play in this league than Davis Mills.
We're going to see one for the Giants. Jake Fromm's getting to go again.
Yeah, that's my big bet of the day right there, Washington.
Yeah. Let's get to it. Washington going to the G-Men. Washington minus 5.5. I'm all over Washington. Yeah.
Play of the day.
Yeah.
Rivera will have him ready to go. Joe Judge is just the biggest dork in the world. Jake Fromm, bless his heart, he can't play.
I feel horrible for that kid. Yeah. All right, we got Pittsburgh going to Baltimore. Baltimore minus 3.
Just the last thing on the Giants. Brad Ryer, my co-host on the Sports Hounds, he said that there's, on all the fan groups on Facebook and stuff, they're telling players, or they're telling the fans, don't go, don't sell your tickets.
Right.
So
yeah, we'll see how that turns out.
I mean, there'll be people at the game because it's a lot of money, and you can go. You bring a kid or something like the first game, and but I mean, the Giants are a mess.
There's no season ticket holder who's going to just sit on their tickets and lose money. It's not going to happen.
They're pretty upset up there in New York. I mean, they haven't been over 500 in 5 years.
5 years? Not at all, right? Not even week one have they ever been over 500. That's nuts to me.
I think I saw that they've been 0-3 the past like 4 seasons.
That's crazy. All right, Pittsburgh going to Baltimore. Baltimore -3, and it looks like Lamar is not a go again, right?
Yeah. That's another one. This Huntley kid, I mean, there's way worse quarterbacks than him.
Yeah.
I like the Ravens here, I guess.
I like the Ravens. I think Ben kind of put his swan song in the last week, and this is just going to be kind of a dud this week, I think.
Yeah, it's like, remember Jeter?
Had
his last 3 at Fenway.
Yeah.
He just DH'd, and it was kind of like, a bunch of nonsense just to. That's what I think. I think there's going to be a letdown for the Steelers after.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Chicago going to Minnesota. Minnesota -3.5.
That Mike Zimmer, I mean, I think he just talked his way out of a job at his press conference this week.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was thinking, just acting like a douche to the media.
I don't understand what he was doing and trying to accomplish. There was no rhyme or reason to what he was thinking or doing. I have no idea. You want to stay away from that game?
We got to skip one, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we can skip one.
Green Bay going to Detroit. Now, this is going to seem kind of odd, but Green Bay's only -4 because I'm sure everyone's getting the pine on this game.
They said they're playing.
There's zero chance that they play the whole game. Maybe they get a series.
Right.
Maybe they get a series or two, but there's zero chance Aaron Rodgers plays this game.
They're another team. Lions are another team that they've gotten better.
Yeah, I can see the Lions losing by a field goal here. I might take the 4. Yeah, I might take the 4.
Yeah, we'll take Detroit.
Cincinnati going to Cleveland. Cleveland -6.5. This is a game I'm all over Cleveland. This is the type of game Baker Mayfield puffs his chest and goes out and has 4 touchdown passes and has a hell of a day and thinks he's the greatest thing. I think they win.
He sucks.
He's horrible. And you know what he may not be a horrible quarterback. I don't like the man as a man. I just think he's a joke in my opinion. I think this is the biggest spread of the week. The New York Jets going to Buffalo -15.5. This is a big game for Buffalo. If they want to get the division, they need this win.
Yeah, I like the Bills. I'll lay the points.
Yeah, me too.
Jets, they show up at home.
But they're on the road today.
Not so much on the road. So.
Yeah. Carolina going to Tampa. Tampa -10. I can see Tampa putting this one kind of away kind of easily. I think they play and they get a big lead. I think Tom's going to go off in the first half, so maybe he can sit the fourth quarter. So I'm all over Tampa here. Okay. I think they play him. Yeah, I think Tom plays. This is the big game here. San Fran going to L.A. LA's -3.
I really like the Rams here. I think they're a better football team. They haven't had any luck against. I think San Fran's beaten them 4 straight times.
Yeah,
something like that.
Smacked them in the beginning of the year. Yeah.
Yeah, on Monday night they got him pretty good. I think the Rams understand the value of winning the NFC West, not a Cardinals grab that home game from them. So I like the Rams here. I think Stafford has a good day. I mean, I know Stafford's been a little shaky, but
right.
I do think Stafford's a good player. And I think the Rams are just a better team. I think the Rams get it done today.
I'm with you. And then you got New England going to Miami. Now,
a couple more, right?
What's that? You good?
I mean, I don't know. I guess New England.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Yeah, I'm all over New England here. They play the same time, so there's not going to be they're not going to know if they have to win or have to lose or can lose or whatever for the division. Yeah, so I think New England comes out and plays. And then you got Seattle going to Arizona. Same scenario here. They play the same time, Arizona and LA. This is for the division too. If LA loses, Arizona wins, they get the division. So Arizona minus 5.5.
Yeah, I think they destroy them.
Okay.
I think they beat Dallas last week. I think they're back on track. Yeah, they had their little lull, and I think they're back on track. I think they're going to be a really tough out in the NFC playoffs.
Sounds good. Another scenario here for the playoff picture is the Saints going to Atlanta. Again, playing the same time as the 49ers. So they kind of won't know their situation. I do like how the NFL does that. How they try to hide the scenarios within the time frames of the game. Yeah, so that is pretty nice. Yeah. Saints like are minus 4.5. I actually like Atlanta here too.
I think Atlanta beats the Saints, and I think that makes everything easy.
Yeah, automatically San Fran's in. Yeah.
So I got both the contenders in the NFC losing. I got the Rams beating the Niners, and I got the Falcons beating the Saints, and the Niners grab that last playoff spot.
Okay.
Which I guess would make the Eagles the 6th seed.
No. The Eagles would not have the tiebreaker with the 49ers, so then we would de facto be the 7th seed. We have the tiebreaker against the Saints. That's why we can move up if the Saints get in.
Okay.
Right.
I mean, I don't really care if we're 6 or 7. You're not getting.
I don't think it matters. Yeah, I don't think it matters. And then you got the game of the week, tomorrow night's game. Tonight's game. Chargers going to Vegas. Chargers are -3, which is just crazy. The disrespect at home Vegas is getting. I'm all over Vegas. I think this should be a pick'em game.
These are like the two most bipolar, schizophrenic, good football teams in the whole league.
And it's a big game, right? Win and you're in, lose and you go home. Your season's over. So
probably how it's going to go. Yeah.
I'm all over Vegas, right? I like Vegas to win this game at home. I don't know why they're being disrespected by -3 points at home.
Yeah, I mean, if you feel that strongly about it, we'll just go with that. I don't feel strong about either side at all.
So those are our 12 big bets here. Let's bring it up, see what we're at. I think we got a line change.
Last chance.
Last chance. $1 bet. We have $1 for $2,247. So we are locked in.
Free pick. Wisconsin playing Maryland tonight around 6:00 tip. Like the Badgers.
Before we sign off, Rob,
Maryland stinks.
You want to talk national championship real fast? Give me where you're at. Who are you thinking?
I mean, Alabama is a DraftKings/FanDuel ATM machine. If you need to pay off your credit card bill, if you need to pay your rent, if you need to pay your mortgage, if you need new golf clubs, whatever you need, you bet on Bama.
What's that line at now? I want to see where that line.
2.5. It was 2.5 when I was drinking my coffee this morning.
2.5?
Look, Bama's dogs again.
Right.
But what on God's green earth is going to force me to think that this game tomorrow is going to be different than the SEC championship game?
Yeah, I don't see a scenario that Georgia wins this game. I really don't. And you're right, it's 2.5 right now. Yeah. And it's crazy because I go by a lot by the spread I told you. So Georgia -2.5 is the -120. Alabama +2.5 is even +100, which is crazy to me because everyone's saying the smart money is going to Georgia, which I don't get that. I don't understand.
But they didn't just lose in the SEC championship game.
Oh, they got embarrassed.
They were destroyed. They didn't even look like they were in the same league as Alabama.
Right.
So I don't see how they close that gap in a couple of weeks. And Stetson Bennett is not that good.
No. I don't. Are you really putting that much weight into Menchie being out? Like, is that? I don't think that's going to sway the needle that much.
But John, the guy they put in might be better than Menchie.
Better. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're
Alabama.
Right.
It's Alabama. They have 4 or 5-star recruits that just littered throughout the roster. They got 4-star recruits. You start handing out the water.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't understand what. I don't understand what Vegas is seeing. Like, what am I missing? I don't know. But all right, we are going to do next week. I want to tell everyone the plan for the Rant booth next week. Yeah, is no matter what day the Eagles game is, the Rant booth will be on that day. All right, so we will be doing. If it is the Monday night game, that's you and Brad's slot. I'm probably going to come in and join you guys.
Yeah.
If it is a Saturday game, we'll do Saturday morning show. All right. If it's Sunday, we'll do our regular slot here Sunday mornings. So whatever day the Eagles get. Yeah, I think so. Right. I think we'll keep our same slot.
Well, you figure it out without me on Saturday morning, if that's the way.
Right. Yeah. Saturday morning, you might not be here, and that's fine. We'll make it work.
Let's talk about the time. Let's talk about the time if we do have a Saturday game.
Yeah, but whatever day the Eagles are on, the Rant booth will be there to give us the pregame. All right, guys?
Yeah, basically, we're Eagles pregame for the playoffs is right here with the Rant booth. That's basically what you got to know.
Yes.
Keep it locked here. Duration of the playoffs, Rant booth, Eagles pregame, they'll be synonymous.
That's what we're going to do, and hopefully we're going to continue going through that all next year and, moving forward here on A2D.
All right, it's just about 1 o'clock. Let's wrap things up. Thank you everyone who liked the show, shared the show, listened to the show, commented on the show. Thank you to Ralphie Delavecchio for producing the show. Keep it locked here for all your Eagles playoff news, both here on the Rant booth and throughout A2D Radio. We'll be doing live reactions, me and Brad Ryer. Tomorrow, John, you're more than welcome to join us for the national championship game, Alabama versus Georgia.
Nice.
He's John Coyle. I'm Rob Brinkman. Peace out, everybody.